You are listening to Visionaries Wrestling Network, providing your perfect podcast experience.
Hey, it's the Warhorse coming to you straight out of a U-Haul trailer. Now, it's time to clean out your ears and listen to some good MGB Wrestling Podcast.
Okay, this is Flying V Fights. I gotta remember to put the word fights in. I just normally call it Flying V, because it's Flying V Theatre. Yeah. Flying V Fights, Part 3. This was actually called Don't You Forget About Me, and it's from September 14th, Saturday, and it was actually on the University of Maryland campus. I can't remember the name of the building we went to. It was some arts theatre, but I can't remember exactly the name. I didn't know, I meant to ask you, do you know why it was called Don't You Forget About Me?
No.
That's the music that the top of the class, I think that's what they call it. That's the music they come out to.
Oh.
It's a song from an 80s band from Scotland called Simple Minds.
Oh.
So it's the music they come out to is actually that song. I need to add it to our wrestling playlist. I kind of forgot about that one. It was kind of an obvious one. Now, this one, I've been to the campus before several times. I had no idea where this place was. I knew it was near the football stadium. We got there kind of early, which was good because there was quite a bit of traffic there. And, I didn't really know where to park. I thought we were going to have to pay $3 an hour. We got to find somewhere free. I guess if you park where the faculty parks, they don't park there at the weekend, so that's free. So that was kind of good. We went the wrong direction, came back, went to where we were supposed to go, and then as soon as we got there, after about a half-a-mile walk, it was like, no bags. It's like, great. So we got Jackson with us for this one as well, because I don't mind him coming to Flying V. So we had to walk all the way back to the car, and then all the way back without the backpack. And the annoying thing was, I had a clear bag as well, which you could have used a clear bag, and I left it at home because I was like, well, it doesn't matter, because we're always allowed backpacks. As far as I could tell, it wasn't just... I didn't realise. I thought it was just a Flying V event. It was some sort of festival?
Next to Now Festival.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we saw the balloons as we came in there, and yeah. As far as I could tell, it's predominantly music. I don't know. I don't exactly know what it was, but when we got in there was certainly a DJ performing. And I wrote down, but I couldn't really remember. I'm going to let you describe it. What was the thing that you and Jackson both wanted to do that was right next to the entrance of the theatre, but then it got packed away once we came out?
So it was like telepathy.
It was like telepathy? So you're using your hands right now, so that's not going to help on a podcast. Telepathy is like mind control. So it wasn't mind control, because you just moved your hands.
It was sort of like that. So your mind controls your hands, and then your hands controls the bubbles.
It reminded me a little bit, I think it's the film Minority Report, but yeah, you kind of moved your hands, and it affected like the scenery there. I thought it was virtual reality to begin with. It was kind of strange, but it looked pretty cool. And yeah, unfortunately, like an hour later when we came out, they'd actually already packed it away, so we didn't get a chance. Now, with all the messing around at the start and having to go and take our backpacks back, we actually got there in the end, probably literally 3 minutes before the door opened. So we didn't actually have that long to wait, which kind of worked.
So you know what that thing reminds me of?
What's that?
You know, I know you watched a bit of The Flash, right? I think.
I watched a little bit. I watched some of the first
Have
season.
you seen Vibe?
No.
Cisco? So he thrusts his hands out and then these bubbles come out.
Oh,
That's what it reminds me of.
I can kind of imagine what you're talking about. That kind of makes sense. And even though we were there literally 3 minutes before, there wasn't many people ahead of us. I saw Scott there. I saw Mayday. I'm trying to remember who else was there. I can't remember. There was only like 3 or 4 people. It wasn't many.
Ed?
We saw Ed as well. Yeah, we saw the gated community. They got there around the same time. Actually, we started following them to begin with, and also Mr. Gator as well. Because we were like, do you guys know where you're going? They're like, no. So then we just carried on past them. And then, anyway, it was easy enough to figure out once we got inside. There was a map, and it told you everywhere to go. And once we did get inside, I would say slightly smaller than the normal venue, I think. We went to the side. Unfortunately, there was no barricades there, so Jackson didn't want to sit on the front. Actually, he said he did want to sit at the front, but there was no barricades. And he said, I don't want to sit at the front if there's no barricades. Anyway, we went to the back row, which was row 3.
Yeah.
And, we sat down. We sat in the aisle, so there was nobody in front of him because it was just the steps. And I don't think we even mentioned this. This was a free event.
Yeah.
This was amazing. We know the previous two events sold out, and luckily I was available to buy tickets because it was sold at lunchtime. That's my planning period at work. So I eat my lunch and I have to do my planning. So during my actual eating time, straight on that, got the tickets, and I'm glad I did because I think it sold out in 2 days. It might have even been less than that. Actually, somebody posted on Twitter hey, I'm going to be in DC on this day. Is there anything that's going on? And RJ Kaczynski actually tagged me in it. And we mentioned a few things. I tagged a few other people. I actually thought Flying V was the following weekend to begin with. And someone tagged him for that. And yeah, he didn't get to go. Because everything was sold out so quickly. So I don't know if there was any other events in DC in the weekend. I don't know if he managed to do anything or not. But I'm trying to think what else we did. I know we took some pictures. I kind of like the setup because it was like a theatre. Mm-hmm. And Jackson bought his Gritty toy as well, which we can talk about probably in the third match, I think it is. And I think that was pretty much it. I think we just kind of sat there. I know they came out and did some like announcements like, hey, we're going to be on we're going to be on, I want to say Powerbomb TV. We're going to be on Independent Wrestling TV in like 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. There was only 30 minutes to wait. Didn't see any merch tables at all. So that was, at this point, we're like, oh, I wonder if there is any. We found some later, but at this point, there was nothing really to go and look at except for just sitting in your seat. Now, the fact it was sold out, though, there were quite a few empty seats, actually. Yeah. I saw Maddie post online that she couldn't make it. Somebody else posted they couldn't make it. And I guess once you've done that, it's kind of difficult to get the tickets out there. Things come up. Sometimes that happens. So kind of like with Primetime Pro for us, we got the tickets. We got baseball now. What do we do? Well, we might just end up not going to Jackson's game, possibly, but I'm hoping we can. Nope, nobody showed any interest even. So they're down to less than 50 tickets. So perhaps once they've sold out, perhaps at that point people might be interested. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, match one.
The Grimy Scots versus Travis Huckabee and Bobby Shields versus Riot City, who split up in Flying V, but are now a tag team, which makes zero sense.
You noticed that. The continuity on that was not very good.
Versus Broaux, Keller, and Joey Ibanez.
Now, I haven't pronounced his last name wrong. I was listening, I was like, oh, I don't think we said that on the previous one, so I don't know. We got that. Now, of course, with the Grimy Scots, I did actually bring, although I had to take stuff back to the car, I did bring the Scottish flag. And we waved that for those guys. We were on the side. We weren't there actually where the camera was, so I don't know if anyone could even see that we were doing that. I guess people on the far side could see we were waving that, but we like to support the Grimy Scots. Jackson was rooting for the Grimy Scots, and he probably was going to be disappointed then because they were actually the first team that got eliminated. They didn't last too long. They were only probably there about 2 minutes, so it felt like 2 minutes. It wasn't very long at all.
But the thing I really liked, it was Hamish. So then he started he was going for when you run into the people from one corner to another. Uh-huh. He did that, and then he lifted up his kilt.
You were going to say skirt, right?
Yeah, to Riot City. Uh-huh. And then he ran and did this thing.
I think I've seen them do that before. I've just remembered one other thing from this one that was kind of funny. Bobby and I already forgot who Bobby's partner was.
Travis Huckabee.
Thank you, Travis. They weren't really involved in the match. They just got down from the side of the ring and just sat on the front row. Yeah. There was 2 seats. They were like, well, we're not getting tagged in. We can sit on the front. You don't have to tag us. And they were just kind of relaxing there. It was kind of funny.
They did that because Travis Huckabee tagged himself in, and then he attacked Joey. And then he tagged
Joey back in, yeah. I'd forgotten about that, but I thought that was kind of funny, because we have a picture. We never managed to record with Jay, unfortunately. Classic Pro. Yeah. Jay never made it back in time. We didn't get to record. It was too late. I have a great picture of Bo Crockett, actually. He had a tag team match, and he's just sat on his opponent. He's literally sat on his back with his arms folded, kind of just relaxing. And then to see those 2 guys there as well, just kind of chilling on the front row. I think they stole the cap from the guy next to him as well. But they were just kind of relaxing. I thought that was pretty funny.
Riot City was eliminated second by his leg. Riot City, I think it was sickened. His leg was wrapped around Travis's neck. Uh-huh. And then Joey, he wins with a roll-up.
Now, the thing that I'd forgotten about, and I don't know if this was just by chance or if there's a connection here, as Nova Pro was ending, there was a big rivalry, actually, between Bobby Shields and Broaux Keller. So the fact that they were the last 2, when it came to that, I was like, oh, of course, that makes perfect sense now that they were like... I don't think those 2 actually really even got into it in the end. Yeah. They had a little bit of time in the ring, but it was certainly so I think it was just coincidence more than anything else for that match. Now, before we get to match 2, in between, the ring announcer came in. I noticed he said something very English.
He did?
He talked about how Flying V has their own podcast, and they do. I've heard about that. He said the podcast came out on Tuesday. I was like, whoa, that's really English, because I don't even say that anymore. Mainly because I got mocked. People are like, oh, Tuesday, It's like, everybody, kids, everybody. So I just say Tuesday now. It's easier to say, like Tuesday. It's easier to say. But no, I've always said Tuesday. If I was talking to somebody from England, I would say Tuesday. I don't think he was... Well, that's because you're not used to it. I don't think he was English though, but I thought it was kind of an interesting one. Okay, match 2. I think this is Erika Leigh and Molly McCoy. I don't know what you have.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So Molly McCoy, she has like pads, but the glove pads.
Talking about hockey?
Yeah.
All right, for those of you who don't know, Molly McCoy basically is a Philadelphia Flyers fan. That's what I knew online. It mentions on her Twitter feed that she's like the grittiest wrestler, and she has one of the pictures of the gritty mascot. So that was why Jackson brought that. And we posted that picture. Jackson bought his gritty mascot to cheer on Molly McCoy. And she turned out to be a big heel in the end as well, so that didn't really work out too well.
But and then I've seen like videos of where boxers, they put like cement and stuff in the gloves, so when they punch them.
Okay, what's the ref doing on those? Like how the buff ref do your job or whatever.
Yeah.
They're supposed to check things like that.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think they'd notice cement in a boxing glove?
No, but like I've seen it before, like people like cheating.
Are you talking about in a comedy or something? That sounds like a terrible low budget film.
No, it's not a movie. It's like when people like, I watched this one video where like it was just where sports athletes cheated. Okay. And that was one of them. But the ref didn't check her gloves, so she could have done the same thing.
There's no way.
I know she wouldn't, but
there's no way the pro boxers don't get checked their gloves like that.
No, but it was like old. It was like 1960 or something like that.
That's not that old. That sounds more like something like 1860, when people used to try and scam people and things like that. Or on 1960s. I guess it's over 50. I guess it's nearly 60 years ago. I guess that is a long time.
It's old to me.
I guess I'm showing my age. I guess like my parents were born in the 60s. Actually, no, sorry, no, my parents grew up in the 60s. Like, they were in college in the 60s. So I guess, to me, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. All right, well, I got one thing that you didn't mention then, so I'm going to talk about it. At the start of the match, Erika Leigh asked, do you want to see a worm? So they wanted to do the breakdance, and everyone was like, yeah! So she started to do that, and that's when we realised that Molly was a heel, because I guess Molly didn't want to see that, and she just attacked her. Now, I realised, I was excited for this match, because I thought it was the first time we'd actually seen Erika Leigh fight. J. Lee Photographer reminded me that's not true, actually. We had seen her fight before, but it was Emma Lou.
Yeah.
So, but it was interesting to see what that new character was like, and also not to have Jake Hollister and Bo Crockett there as well, because I've seen her on the side of the ring at Infinite Pro Wrestling, NEW Wrestling, Nova Pro Wrestling. So we've seen her a few, and we've never seen her really establish her own identity. She came out one of the last Nova Pros. She cut like a promo, and then of course with it closing so quickly, we never really got to see the development of that character. Anything else for this match? Because I have a couple more things.
So one of her kick pad stickers started to like half peel off.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
I heard the fans, actually, with her being a heel, just started chanting, let's go Caps. Which I thought, and I actually said to you, I said, she might actually be wearing her Capitals jersey today. And the reason I thought that was, I saw on Twitter she was wearing a St. Louis Blues jersey, because she was at St. Louis Anarchy the night before. That just reminded me of something as well. I still haven't gone back and watched, and you probably want to as well. Nick Gage and Warhorse. So yeah, I forgot from that event. I couldn't stay up. You're actually wearing your, he won't like that shirt anymore. It says Jake Parnell on it. He only goes by Warhorse now. He disowns Jake Parnell.
Well, I bought this from him. Well, we'll
have to cover it up from the start. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. So yeah, I need to go back and watch that match. I got one more thing. Apparently I guess the song is the Tootsie Roll song. Is it Tootsie or Tootsie? I never remember. Tootsie? Tootsie Roll song. So people were singing that. I don't know what that song is at all.
Me neither.
I guess that's an American reference. I don't know. You're probably too young. The thing that surprised me most about this match, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. That's really short for a match.
Well, the show was like was an hour and 40 minutes.
I know. It was supposed to be like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, one thing I thought about, I missed something actually from here. From the first match, I wrote down, they had referee Bryce there. I want to say it's Bryce Ensberg. Oh, I wish I could remember his last name. I saw him at WrestleMania weekend. He's the referee now at AEW. He kept looking up during the match.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he looking at? And we couldn't see from the side. I wonder if he was looking at the time. Like, if they have certain schedules, they got to meet. So I did wonder that afterwards. Did they run over on the first match, and therefore they had to cut the other match short? I don't know. Could have been somebody was injured as well, and they were like, just wrap it up quickly.
How would they have time on the roof or something?
I don't know. They might have a time there that shows you, like, so if you know a match is supposed to go 10 minutes, like when it gets to 8 minutes, you've seen them. You've said, like, ref goes wrap it up, or whatever the phrase is.
Yeah.
I thought it might be a similar sort of thing, but I noticed he kept looking up. So unless he was looking at the monitor as well, I don't know. I have no idea what he was looking at. I couldn't really figure it out. But it did seem kind of a short match.
I heard somebody yell, "Look up," and then he looks up.
Oh, okay.
I think it might have been one of the wrestlers.
There was no balcony, but he did it in multiple matches, and he'd started to do it at the end match as well.
Oh.
So I wonder if they were running over, and then he needed to kind of fish. I don't know. All right, match 3. I know O'Shea Edwards was in it. I'm not sure who we faced there.
I don't know how they're going to do that in AEW though.
Oh, well, they can cut whole matches if they need to. It's a little easier on a 3-hour show.
Oh,
on a 90-minute show.
He's probably going to have an earpiece.
He'd probably have an earpiece as well.
They can afford.
Correct. It's a little different for things like that. And it might not have been anything to do with that at all. I just don't know. All right, who did O'Shea Edwards face? Because I didn't write it down. Was it Hallowicked?
War Pig.
Oh, War Pig. That's right. Boar. Is that what it was?
War.
Oh, War. I thought he said Boar because he was a pig. Oh, it was War.
I thought.
That makes more sense. That makes way more sense. I thought he said Boar. My hearing's not particularly great for this one. I have very little for this one, except for now. I actually did my notes on my phone this time rather than writing anything down because I didn't want to. I couldn't carry much stuff, so I left my notes. I was actually going to take notes for this one. I had written down here O'Shea tangled. And I was like, what on earth does that mean? I couldn't figure out what it was. Luckily, I put ear clap before, and I remember what it was. Now, you're not going to understand the reference, but people my age in England are going to know exactly what this is. Tangoed was what the phrase was. It was supposed to be. So, I don't know if you remember having that drink in England, Orange Tango.
Yeah.
It's like there was an advertisement, and it shows you a big guy dressed up in orange. He's like a sumo wrestler type thing. He comes up, and he grabs his hands either side, and he basically does a clap, and your ears get caught in the middle, and it hurts your ears. So, when I was in school, probably around your age, we would do that to each other until it got banned because it was kind of dangerous. And the commercial was you've been tangoed, basically. So it's like this sensation of when you drink it, it's like really overpowering, like as if somebody clapped you on the ears. But yeah, that got banned in schools because everyone used to do it to each other, and it really hurts.
It does?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Could you do it to me?
No, I'm not doing it to you. No, because it would really
look
hurt.
Like it hurts.
Well, it depends how hard you do it, obviously. But we used to obviously extend. I'm extending my arms out like as far as I can. You go behind somebody so you wouldn't see it coming. Like you're looking at me right now, so you can see it coming. You'd go behind them, you'd just be stood there, and then suddenly you'd get smacked on both ears at the same time.
Oh, it hurts?
Oh, it really... Well, if you do it hard enough,
your arms, like...
Well, it's your hands. It's your ears are sensitive. Like, if you hit them on the ears, then that's what it really hurts.
We do something else. We just slap each other on the back of the neck.
New generation.
It doesn't really hurt. But...
Well, this one did if you hit them on the ears. So that's all I wrote down. I don't know if you have anything else for the match, and there's a reason why we don't have much for this match.
But the music was so loud.
All right, so at this point, I forgot to tell Jackson, hey, should we go find a restroom? We didn't do that because we got there literally a few minutes before it started. So I was like, Jackson, you need to go to the bathroom? He's like, yeah, I need to go to the bathroom. I'm like, great. All right, let's just go now. The thing that reminded me was the people next to us had young kids as well, and they went. I was like, they went to the bathroom. Oh, we didn't go to the bathroom. So we went, and music was really, really loud. Yeah, it was obnoxious. So we went, came back again, and no idea who won the match. Do you know?
I think it was O'Shea.
I'm guessing O'Shea won. We meant to ask, and we just never even thought about it, because we probably left 5 minutes into the match, 6 minutes into the match. We didn't even know where the restrooms were, so we had to ask somebody, and it took a little while to figure out. And so we don't know who won, for sure.
So later, they had, like, earphones for them, so the music wouldn't be so loud, and, like, somebody's earphones were so loud I could hear it.
Oh, you can still hear it? I have kids like that at school, because they have their earbuds in, and then you can still hear it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that must be real. And I'm not even, like I said, I'm a little deaf as well, so the fact that they're going to be deaf quicker than me.
It's like the same people that, like, play loud music.
Probably.
And then you can hear it through your windows.
Yeah, when you're in the cars, yeah. So they did that afterwards. That was kind of interesting. There's a contrast of it being so loud before, and then it was pretty much just silent. It was kind of weird watching people dancing around, many.
People were singing.
Yeah, it was kind of, I thought it was kind of a cool little concept. Alright, match 4. So, who we got for this one?
Top of the Class versus Commander Man Dan, Lucas Calhoun, and Mick Barrett, I think that was his name?
Mike Quackenbush?
No, it was Mike Quackenbush, but there was like some other guy, which I don't know.
Oh, there was. He was like an Australian, wasn't he? I don't remember his name.
Bennett.
I think you're right, because when it came out, I don't think it is quite that, but you know Mike Canellis?
Yeah.
His name is Mike Bennett in real life.
Yeah.
I think that's right. And I remember at the time I was like,
Bennett?
It's similar to that, but it wasn't. It might have been Mick Bennett then. That's very possible. All right, as you're not going to announce who the other group is, I'll try and do it then.
Top of the Class.
Okay, which is Logan Easton LaRoe.
AC Wolf, which is probably somebody else.
It's Alan Claiborne. It doesn't go.
Okay.
Remember, everyone taunts him with that, and he's like, "I'm not AC Wolf anymore. It's Adam Claiborne." And the idiot eureka moment for me was I finally realised, like, oh, AC, because that's his initials.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise that. I felt so stupid when I realised that's where he got AC.
We've
from.
had like a lot of idiot creatures.
And Elo Neal as well.
Yeah.
He would have been the fourth member for this one. Now, I got at the start, Logan came out and starts cutting a promo, and he's talking to people, and he's talking about the fact, obviously, university cut life. That's type of like the top 1% people as well. Not everyone gets to college. Not everyone gets to go to a college like University of Maryland, blah, blah. And he mentions the fact that you guys don't know what it's like to be an elite artist. I think he was drawing on blank a little bit from that one. He's the artiste. Anyway, and then someone from the audience shouts, neither do you. I thought that was pretty funny. I liked all that stuff. All right, what have you got?
Alan Claymore, he talks about going for a smoke after the match, too.
Oh, because you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that outside. I think it's Claiborne. Claymore's the kick that Drew
Claymore
McIntyre
kick,
does.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Claiborne, but
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So-
He did do that. I'd forgotten about that. Now, I got one comment on here. I have no idea if you can... I think this is another typo. I got Eel dropped out of mud.
Huh? He dropped out of Maryland University.
Oh, it was UMD, and my autocorrect switched it to mud. Oh, I'm glad you figured that one out. Yeah, so he came in, and he was basically making fun of Ibanez, because I think he is actually from Maryland, I think they said.
Oh.
I think they said he was from Maryland. Of course, Eel has a beef with him, because he thinks he stole his place on that first match when he didn't turn up, and all that lot. Oh, I'm glad you figured that out, because I'm like, mud? I could not figure out what mud was. I was like, mid. I couldn't figure out what it was. Yeah, so Eel also went to University of Maryland, but he said he dropped out.
So-
I don't know if that's true or not, actually.
Yeah.
That could be
So-
just kayfabe.
So Mike Quackenbush did my first ever clean break that I've ever saw. Because people always hold the 1, 2, 3,
Oh, okay.
and then they let go.
Yeah.
But as soon as he grabbed on the rope, he just let go.
Face.
I know.
He's the
but
ultimate
all
face.
faces
I agree.
do that.
I absolutely agree with you. I remember noticing that as well now. As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I remember that as well. No, he's a good guy. We were glad to see him because we talked about that last one. When he paired with the Ugly Ducklings, we knew he was good, but I don't think we realised how good he was. I know he's wrestled for 25 years. We were amazed by him.
Yeah.
We all said, we want to see more Mike Quackenbush. And we got our wish, so that was pretty cool.
During my PW5 500 I was reading, AJ Styles has been in the top 10 the past 6 years.
Okay.
Which is really cool.
What's that got to do with anything you just told? Well, I just reminded you of that.
Best wrestlers.
Oh, okay. I just suddenly wondered how you got from one thing to another
Yeah.
thing, and I couldn't figure out how you even got there. I got a few things. I do have the Adam Claiborne was chopped with the flip-flops. And I love seeing that, because everyone's like, shh, and then he gets his flip-flop, and when it wags, it just makes such a noise. And I love that sound.
Oh, and then he tagged in Lucas Calhoun with the flip-flop, and then that hurt his hand.
I got that as well. He sold that really well. I thought that was funny. He just tagged in with a flip-flop, and he's like, ow, ow, ow.
Isn't Mike Quackenbush the man with the 1,000 holds?
Supposedly, yeah.
Now he's 1,001.
I think always those the extras.
Meal, he bite his Mike Quackenbush's finger,
Uh-huh.
and then now he has 1,001 submissions.
They kind of use that a lot on wrestling. Whenever they come with another one, it's like, oh, he's got 1,002 now. He's got 1,003. But yeah, I think this basically just has a lot of one. Now, I got one more thing in match this. I really love this. I think this is a Cabana Man Dan one. So, water got in Logan's face. I don't know quite how that got in his face. I don't know if somebody spit it or...
It was Alan Claymore. He was trying to do it in Joey in Cabana Man Dan, and then he ducked, and then
he went into Logan's face.
Yeah.
Now, then the bottle kind of went on the ground. Now, to take the water, obviously the bottle cap came out, right? Now, Cabana Man Dan was actually on the ground in a move. He reached out, grabbed the cap, put it on top of the water bottle, screwed it up, slid it across to Bryce. Bryce slid it out the ring. Wrestler carried it, carried on with the match. Can you imagine if that water had spilled on the ring?
Yeah.
That would ruin the rest of that probably event. Cabana Man Dan, you're an absolute star, a total professional, realizing, that wasn't supposed to happen. I got it. I don't know why Adam Claiborne didn't get rid of the bottle, but something obviously happened.
Because then the ref would have to go on with the story. You would have had to keep him out. And then that doesn't happen with the faces. That always happens when the heels come in. The ref stops the faces, and then the heels attack the faces.
Uh-huh.
So it would be bad if they did it the opposite. So it just makes...
I guess, but I thought it was pretty cool. All right, do you want to finish this one up? Who won?
Oh, there was one more thing. So everybody got in a headlock, and then I think it was Mike Quackenbush. He did like a domino stunner, and no, it was that Mick guy,
Mick Bennett,
and then he did like a domino kick out too.
It was funny. I've seen them a few times. They're very silly, but they're very funny at the same time.
Yeah.
I like those.
And then I didn't actually get the ending.
I'm not even sure who won.
I think it was.
I thought it was Quackenbush.
Yeah,
but I'm not
it
sure.
was because they were like selling it out the ring, and then Mike Cabana Man Dan was celebrating in the back, and then Bryce still had his flip flops.
Oh, okay. All right, match 5 was Alley Cat versus... Now, I wrote down here Savage Gentleman, because Savage Gentleman came out first with Lady Frost, and for some reason, I don't know why I assumed it was an intergender match. Yeah. Obviously, if you have Lady Frost there, it makes far more sense that she'd face Allie. Yeah, I got it totally messed up. So actually, it was Alley Cat versus Lady Frost.
Yeah. So like Alley Cat got frozen, and then her leg was sticking up, and I know how like tiring that is. How painful it is. And then luckily, and then she was like there for a minute. And then Lady Frost, she rolled her over.
Well, she tried to pin her, and she couldn't because, I don't know, one shoulder kept up or her leg was in the way or something.
One of her arms was reaching up.
Oh, okay. I just remember one thing at the start of this, not a unique one at all. They obviously checked Lady Frost at the start of the match, make sure her boots were okay and everything's good. Allie, of course, laid on the floor, wanted her belly scratching.
Yeah.
And I think it was Buff Ref.
Yeah.
Buff Ref got a few good shout-outs in this one. Like, it was like first into the ring, and everyone's like, Buff Ref! He's very popular, that's for sure. There was definitely a do your job as well, so I think he did actually scratch her belly a little bit. Of course, Lady Frost is very unimpressed with this, as she normally is, as is Savage Gentleman.
Savage Gentleman threw and like blew some snow in Lady Frost's face for Allie to win.
Yeah, it actually backfired for this one time. Actually, I noticed she did that at the entrance as well. I like that. We were closer to her this time, so we could see like she blew the little and you could see all the little crystals coming out of it. I thought that looked really cool as well. I really liked that one. Now, since this actually match is finished, I think it was Monday or it might have been Tuesday, I saw Savage Gentleman actually posted online, first day at the dojo. I guess Savage Gentleman's also part of the Ring of Honor dojo. I knew Lady Frost was. I guess Savage Gentleman's also there now. It was like a little gif. It showed you him reaching for the handle, opening the door, and then it would kind of go back again, and it would open. So that's kind of big news as well. That's kind of cool that those guys are fun. I'm going to say, I wish them success. I hope they get all that stuff. I hope it works out for them in Ring of Honor. But it was really cool that they're managing to do that sort of stuff.
Savage Gentleman was like 450 in the PWI.
He was. I forgot about that. Yeah, when I was looking through that list, I know I saw Breaux Keller there. And somehow I missed Savage Gentleman to begin with. And then I saw people tweeting online like, congratulations to. And yeah, I totally missed Savage Gentleman. With 500 names, it's tough when you're skipping through. You're kind of reading quick. And I missed him. But yeah, I would say not that long ago, that tryout show at Nova Pro. And same with Lady Frost. She's only been wrestling for just over a year.
Allie?
Allie's a year older, but even so, that's still not very long. She's really, they're really climbing up.
I'm actually reading everything in the PWI. It's gonna take a long time, but I'm doing it.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, it's a good magazine.
I'm on to number 5.
We definitely know a lot more of the wrestlers now than we did certainly a year ago when we first had it. And I'd be curious, and I keep saying this, and we still haven't done it yet, go back and look at the women's top 100 from last year and see if we recognise more of those names. We definitely recognise more names this year. I'm kind of curious where Allie would be. I assume Allie's in that top 100.
She should.
I'm talking about Alley Cat, not the old Impact wrestler. Actually, Allie's in AEW right now.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's in that organisation. Now, after this, before there was the next match, I did know that somebody involved with Flying V was celebrating their birthday. So they got him out, and yeah, Mason, you're not unique now. You're not the only person to have had the happy birthday song sung to them while they're at the event. Now, it didn't actually go quite according to plan, though, right?
No, so Il O'Neill, he then attacked Jonathan. Mm-hmm. And so, because he gave his money to Joey Ibanez.
As far as he's concerned, yeah. He still feels like he's been cheated a little bit.
I'm not the only one that got my birthday interrupted either. At least I didn't get attacked.
You didn't get attacked, that's for sure. And then some people came out to rescue him. I'm assuming Breaux was one of those people.
Joey.
And Joey as well, yeah. And then he did get a proper happy birthday. That might have made the show run over, because it was the crowd that started singing that.
Yeah.
I think they would already finished with that, but if the crowd starts singing Happy Birthday, you just got to roll with it. There's not a lot you can do about it at that point.
Yeah.
And also, at this point, there's not much further to go anyway, so you're just going to roll with it, I guess. And the last match, the main event then, was Arik Royal and Hallowicked. Is that right?
Yeah.
Last time I could said Holodead, and I still was, because I was like, oh, is it Holodead, Hallowicked? I think it's Hallowicked.
And you wrote Space Jam.
Yeah, I was like, give me a pad, and you were like, okay, so you gave it to me, and I just wrote Space Jam down and gave it back to you. It's not an MGB podcast with Arik on if we don't mention Space Jam.
I forgot. So
you can mention that at the end.
The winner gets a primetime January 18th invite.
Okay.
Yeah, the winner.
Okay.
Because
yes, there was something
also sponsored by
Correct.
Primetime.
It was, yes.
So I was assuming that Arik Royal would win because I don't think that Primetime would bring in Hallowicked, would they?
I haven't seen Hallowicked there.
No.
I'm not sure if Arik's been there yet, has he?
He has.
Has he been there one time?
Yes, he has, I think.
I think he might have been there at the last one, possibly.
Yeah.
And certainly there's probably a closer connection between Crab and Primetime Pro Wrestling as well. So
Yeah.
he's certainly at Crab Wrestling right now. So for that reason, I wouldn't be surprised if Arik was going to also be at Primetime Pro Wrestling as well.
So, and Arik does a face jam, a real face jam, not a space jam, and then a superplex, and like at the end he won with a face jam, but I swear he said space jam.
He did.
Yeah.
He definitely did. I want to watch the video for it again, but I was like dying with laughing, having written Space Jam on your thing. I wonder if you're responsible for that then.
No.
I want to talk to
Nobody even
Arik.
notices though.
Well, why did he say Space Jam then?
Huh?
Why did he say Space Jam?
No, I mean like nobody else is really gonna understand
Perhaps
that.
it was a joke for one person. They're the best ones when you just do a joke
Yeah.
for one person. Oh, it sounded like to me. We didn't talk about this. I'm amazed we didn't talk about this on the way home. Actually, he definitely said Space Jam.
It was probably because I had my music in.
Oh, it was getting late. Jay was going to sleep as well, so I think we just let him sleep.
I think I fell asleep, but I don't think I fell asleep because I remember my music because.
You were drifting off. I think.
Yeah, because I remember I was listening to I don't remember, and then I remember waking up and then I suddenly hear Nicki Minaj, even though I didn't even put that on.
How's that on your iPod?
It was clean.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you managed to somehow when we synced up your iPod, I missed some tracks, and somehow for about a week you realised that you had a whole.
It was
lemon.
way more than a week.
Oh, okay.
It was like ever since you. It was probably, to be honest, like 6 months.
I thought you said you only noticed it in the.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, but yeah, Mason created his own playlist with Eminem songs, which he likes, and now he still has Eminem on his iPod, but it's the clean versions
and
of songs.
Kanye and Iggy Azalea.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh jeez, yeah. You had a few that slipped through
a lot of them.
some that slipped through the loophole a little bit. Yeah, you had a playlist of about 20 songs. So, anyway, you don't now. They've all disappeared.
And
Except
Jay-Z.
You got Jay-Z. You got Annie's song, I think it's called, or something like that. Or is it Hard Knock Life?
It's a hard life.
There you go. The musical's Annie. That's what I was thinking of. So, yeah, you have some,
but
they're
I
all
still
clean.
really like Eminem.
I like Eminem as
I've
well.
listened to a couple of his songs.
Yeah, Eminem's great. I love Eminem. Yeah. Machine
like
Gun Kelly's
Cleveland.
even better, but you're definitely not listening to him.
I want to listen to it. I'll do it.
Now, let's get back to this match for a second. I know it's fun when we get off topic, but I have something written down. The claim that was 3. I think it was to do with miscounts or something. And I kept saying, you go, no, it is 2. It's 2. And Bryce kept saying, no, 2. And I think when they were outside the ring, obviously you get a 10 count for that one. Yeah. And then I think it was the crowd that shouted, that was 3. When he finally got it. I also have something that says that was 5. And then I've written down J8.
Yeah. Jay yelled that was 8.
Oh, that was Jackson.
Somebody yelled that was 5, and then Jackson was like, that was 7, that was 8.
That's why I wrote that. I didn't even, how did I not think it? You know, when I looked at it, I was thinking like a poker hand. I'm like, Jack 8? I didn't even think it was Jackson shouting that. I'm so used to looking at, I've been playing a little bit more World Series of Poker recently, and I was distracted by that, and I could not figure out what it actually meant. Alright, anything else for this match then?
O'Shea, he came out and pointed at Arik, and I said, wouldn't that be cool if Arik and O'Shea faced each other?
I think he said the next event for this is December. I think they said there's one more this year. I think they said there's one more. I haven't received any details yet. I haven't looked online, but I guess I need to check it
Come to
out.
think of it, it's sort of getting close to Christmas, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it only like 2 months away?
It's 3 months.
Three,
Three
but
months.
it's getting close.
We're not in October yet. You got all October, all November, all December.
I think our next
and you're
break
halfway
is
through
going
September.
to be, I think, Thanksgiving.
It is, yeah. Basically. You got a few days, like you have teacher work days, but yeah, the proper holiday.
Oh yeah, I don't have to go to school on teacher work days.
The proper holiday, you probably do.
Oh.
Because you can't stay here by yourself. So you don't have anywhere else to go. You can't go to grandma's for one day, so
That would be nice.
you'll either be going with mom or you'll be coming with me. Great, I got a helper. Yes, I can give you something
It's actually not that bad helping you because I can just listen to
You'll be
podcasts.
fine. You can sit in the corner. You can do some work. That's what I'll be doing, so it's fine. Okay, after the event had finished. Now, we were kind of hoping, we got retweeted by Molly McCoy saying that, I really want to meet these guys. And I said, hey, we're not going anywhere afterwards. We want to go to the merch tables. We want to go look for people. I don't know. I said, if you're still here. And we didn't hear back. She must have gone, but that would have been cool to meet Molly. I like that hockey gimmick. Jay loves hockey as well. So he loves his gritty. I think that would have been a cool thing to do.
There's something I need to say. So at school, we have like a book fair, and so they were selling $475 posters. And so I bought one, and then they had like individual mascots, and Jay's addicted to like hockey mascots. And so I cut them up into cards, and now he gets one every Friday.
Yeah, that was a really cool idea. Rather than, we don't have room for a big poster up in that room. Little cards are fun that he can play with. It gives him something each week. It's something for him to look. He likes doing stuff like that. He likes because with your birthdays being so close to Christmas, you can't have a long wait after your birthday until Christmas.
I hate it, and because like there's not like there was no Nova Pro on my birthday, and then there's and I hate it because it was Donald Trump's inauguration day.
It was. It was also Obama's as well on one of the times.
It was?
Well. Yeah.
Oh, but I think I have the same birthday as Carl Anderson and the Doctor Who.
You do. Tom Baker from Doctor
Yeah.
Who. You also have the same birthday, I think, as DeForest Kelly as well.
I don't know.
Who you might not know who that is. That's Bones from Star Trek. Dr. McCoy.
Oh.
I think you have the same birthday as him as well.
Like my birthday, it's always like so close to Christmas, so I have to wait a long time.
Yep.
And it's in the in the school year, so I might have it during the school
You normally get your birthday off because it's around Martin Luther King, so you can't
Sometimes.
complain at all.
Sometimes.
It's pretty much always around that time.
I
Did
don't
you
have
the
my
weekend?
birthday off this time.
Oh, okay. But you have it quite a lot. All right, so afterwards, we saw as we went to the bathrooms, they had the merch table set up, so we wanted to go look. We also hoped that Molly had a merch table, but I didn't see one. We saw Bryce, first of all, and we definitely wanted to get an 8x10 from Bryce, and of course, we never had any change. $5 for an autograph, perfect. I gave him 10. He didn't have any change, of course. So I was like, just give us 2 autographs. We'll do it that way. That's fine. He actually wrote messages for both of you as well. I tweeted him. I was like, we got an autograph and we got a positive message. What did he put on yours?
Eat your veggies.
And Jackson?
Stay in school.
I thought that was nice. I thought that was kind of personal.
So Homicide, he said to me, stay in school.
He did. I remember him telling
funny.
you that. So we got that. Now, I said to Bryce when he was trying to give a change, he's like, what about t-shirts? And I was like, I don't want a t-shirt. I was like, I'm not buying. I was like, I got too many t-shirts. I don't have room. And immediately went to Cabana Man Dan and was like, let me get one of those t-shirts. I'd seen online this week that his car had broken down and it was like several $100s. Everyone, it was asking like, hey, if you're gonna buy some merch from me ever, like try and do it this weekend or whatever. So I knew I was gonna buy a t-shirt. I like his t-shirt. I think he's nice. I didn't even look at it. I just said, have you got an extra large?
It reminds me of my Stone Cold one and my Macho Man. It looks just like it.
So I'm hoping that Bryce didn't think this guy just said he doesn't buy t-shirts, and then he just immediately bought a t-shirt from Cabana. So we like Cabana Man Dan. I wanted to help him out, and we didn't pay anything for this event.
Yeah.
So I was like, what we would have paid on tickets, we're spending on merch. Basically, I want to give something to the wrestlers who took part in this one. We went down to the Grimy Scots as well. We'd already got all their stuff, but they had a DVD. Now, I saw it online recently, so I was kind of looking for it. You already remembered what it was called. You'd seen it before. It was like the Shakespeare event, No Holds Barred, but B-A-R-D. So, I managed to find that. They were selling that, so I didn't have to order it online, so that was good. And you got their picture as well on the their belts that they had, with a Scottish belt on.
Yeah.
Jackson did it as well. So we got a nice picture with them. And they retweeted the picture. I'm trying to remember what they put. They were like, these guys look a little bit grizzly or something. and so do the Grimy Scots. It was some sort of play on words to make you think they were talking about the Grimy Scots, but they were talking about you, and then they kind of gave the reveal. Yeah. So we did that, and we went across to the other side. We talked to Lady Frost and Savage Gentleman, who I'd actually tagged in a post. I'd listened to View from the Top Rope, and one of the questions was, in 20 words or less, why are waffles better than pancakes? And we know that they love pancakes way more than waffles, so I tagged them in that. They responded. So we had a little bit of banter between us about that. And then we went across to the last person who we saw there, which was Mike Quackenbush. Now, you asked me, because I was hoping you didn't notice, but you said to me, you're like, what did you whisper in Mike Quackenbush's ear?
Yeah, I saw.
And I was like, I'm not telling you. All right, I can tell you if you want to know. We can do a podcast exclusive. All right, the reason that Jackson got a picture with Mike Quackenbush and you didn't was when I took him to the bathroom, we deliberately went to his stand and looked. And I was like, do you have any 8x10s? And he's like, I don't. I was like, oh, great. So he said, all I have is this. He showed me the shirt. I was like, I don't want a shirt. He has his book about his podcast, Wrestling 2.0 or something, Kayfabe 2.0. So I was like, if I get this, will you sign it for him? So he said he's going to sign it for him. So, all right, that's a spoiler. That's one Christmas present you're going to get. So you have a Mike Quackenbush autograph.
Oh,
it's just been put away. While he was there, I was like, can Jackson get a picture with you? Is that okay? And he said yes. So we took the picture, forgetting that you might see the picture later. And then you were kind of jealous on that because Mike Quackenbush is pretty cool. And that's why I said to him, I was like, how much is it for a photograph with you? And he's like, no, I don't charge for photographs. So we got but then I whispered to him, I was like, I think I said he doesn't know about the book yet, so that's what I whispered to him. I don't know if he remembers. I think we talked. Oh, you said Jackson got a photograph with you last time you were at Flying V, and then I mentioned the fact we bought a book from you, but he doesn't know about it yet. I think that's what I whispered to him. So I was trying to do it subtly, but I wanted him to let him know we'd bought merch. It wasn't just like trying to get a free picture. I don't think some wrestlers mind anyway. And it's a good job I took more than one picture. I took two. One is like really arty. There's like pinks and purples floating all around. You can't see anything. I can see some like teeth. It kind of looks a bit like The Fiend. I don't know. And then there's a really nice one of you and Mike Quackenbush. Okay. I would still like to try and get up to Chikara for that Friday event. My problem is so tough to get up to those places on a Friday. I don't know if we can do it. I would love to see it. They announced the last team as well today. The last team is somebody you mentioned already who I know you like. Nick Gage. Tagging with someone I really like, Chris Statlander. Tagging with I don't know. I looked at the picture and I'm like, I don't know who that is. So he's probably some big indie person. I just didn't recognize who it was. So that was the last team that they announced.
Nick Gage out of Shikara, who's supposed to be PG.
I can't wait for that. Well, I already thought about that. It'd be like, holy poop, holy... Oh, it's going to be great. That's a perfect contrast that Nick Gage is appearing. He's done family-friendly stuff before.
Yes.
Well, actually, I don't know. Oh, so he can't swear then either.
No.
Oh, I want to see it even more now. Can you imagine Nick Gage being PG? I kind of want to see that. I think that's going to be even more interesting. That might be even more interesting than seeing him at a GCW event. I know that you're not going to agree on that, but... Yeah. And then I think that was it. We left. We walked around to the front so we could get a picture with the balloons, so you could see that. We walked back to the car, and yeah, that was it. We drove home. Jackson fell asleep pretty quickly. You drifted in and out asleep, and...
How was he gonna, like...
That was it.
Is he gonna, like, stick up the middle finger or the ring finger?
I don't know. I have no idea. Guess we got to go and find out, right? Or if we can't make it, let me tell you this: we're definitely subscribing to Chikara TV channel. And not that I need any more subscriptions. Actually, I cancelled a couple of subscriptions yesterday.
You did?
I cancelled Impact, and I cancelled ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, you can get some international games, soccer. I don't have time to watch those games. You normally have baseball anyway.
Oh, I think I can download NFL Live so I can watch that.
Oh,
so
cool.
I can watch NFL.
Cool. And, Impact, I'm not really getting enough out of it, so I'm just watching highlights right now, so unless I want to get back into it, so we'll see for that one. I think that's it.
Yep.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from them.
Goodbye.
Music was Zigzag by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. HTTP:// creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/
You are listening.